All right. Welcome to the first episode of the Bottom of the Glass podcast with your host, me, Chad Kelly. So today I'm going to just kind of go over some of the movies I really, really liked in 2025. I'm going to talk about some movies in 2026 that I'm anticipating. Also, just going to talk shit a little bit. I got more episodes coming. I'm going to do some reviews with my buddies of some classic movies we really, really like. So I'm gonna do that while I'm enjoying my whiskey, and I'm gonna get it to the bottom of the glass. All right, all right. So I'm gonna do um not really like a top five, but like a kind of top three of movies I really, really enjoyed. I don't know if I have them in an order. And there's probably some others that I'm forgetting that I could throw in there. But movies in 2025. So my number three in my top three is gonna be Thunderbolts. For the most part, Marvel to me has been a shit show. Kind of let me down. I haven't enjoyed it since Infinity War. Even Endgame I liked, but it definitely wasn't my favorite. It's not the most rewatchable to me. I like the ending. Really hate the way they treated the Hulk, but Marvel after that pretty much was not good to me at all. Besides Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was pretty good, but didn't wasn't very rewatchable. I watched it once, kinda sad, kinda jokey. It was okay. Kinda like some more of the serious stuff. I'm gonna burp too, so fuck it. Uh, but in Thunderbolts, they had some serious moments. They had really good action. I really like the Winter Soldier. Uh, I really liked I just call her Black Widow's sister, but, that chick, she was really good. Um, I really like the fight and the action was all really good. Um, yeah, so my number 3, Thunderbolts. My number 2 is gonna be a kind of a curveball. I don't know if a lot of people have seen it, but it's actually a very good movie. It's based on a true story. It's called Rooftop Man. It's with Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst. So this is like based on a true story. It's this guy. I can't remember his actual name, but it's this guy. He was in the military. He was kind of like a little bit of a perfectionist, they would say. Like he's very detail oriented. After the military, he started robbing McDonald's. I think he did other places too, but that was like the big one. He'd rob McDonald's. They said he was always like really nice to everybody as he was robbing it. Um, and then he goes to jail, comes back, gets out of jail by escapes jail, and then he lives in a Toys R Us, and then kind of gets in a relationship and lives with or dates this lady for a while, goes to church, becomes a member of the church. He does all of this while he's still living in the Toys R Us, and yeah, so that movie with Channing Tatum, it's crazy. It's just like he does a really good job. Channing Tatum, used to be, you know, wasn't a good actor, but he had some funny movies where 21 Jump Street. Since then, I feel like he's been great. Yeah, so this movie is it's funny, it's weird, it's a true story. This guy apparently kept trying to escape for a more times, and then finally he said he gave up with it. But the movie's great, and it's not just because of like how crazy the story is, but Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst weirdly have great chemistry, even though I'm pretty sure she's like 15 years older than him. But it works in the movie really good. All right. My number three movie, or number one movie, I should say, of most anticipated is Doomsday. Again, like I said, Marvel hasn't been hitting the spot for me. Um, a lot of it was because I hated what they did to Thor in the last one. They made him super jokey and like not serious at all. This guy's supposed to be like a Norse god and supposed to be serious, supposed to be unironically funny when he is funny, like in the original Thor and Avengers. He wasn't trying to be funny. He just was said things that like a serious way and like weird moment, and that made it funny. So in uh at least in the trailers that I've seen three of the teaser trailers for Doomsday. I seen the bringing back Steve Rogers. Kind of kind of expected because they're not doing good, so it's expected they're gonna bring back these characters, especially if they have a good story, they think, because this movie got moved around a lot and they got changed directors. They got the Russo brothers. The Russo brothers haven't made a good movie outside of Marvel movies since they've made Marvel movies. The movies they did for Netflix, like with they did couple of action movies weren't very good, but all their Marvel movies were the best Marvel movies. I mean, they did Civil War, they did Winter Soldier, and they did the Infinity War and Endgame. So all four of those are some of the better Marvel movies they have. So I'm excited just to see them back. I think they understand the material. They understand that you have to change the material to fit the movie. Um, from what I've heard, I don't have any, like, inside thing, I just heard people talking about 'em who have. The story is crazy for Doomsday, and everyone that's heard the story really likes it. So, I'm gonna go with that and just hope that it works. The teasers have helped because the Thor teaser showed a more serious Thor, which I liked. I like that it's a serious Thor. The 3rd teaser was really just, like, the perfect teaser because it has the OG X-Men. It's got Magneto, Professor X, Magneto, Ian McKellen looking like Gandalf a little bit. But then they show the moment that really I've been waiting for all of these since since X-Men, the original X-Men movie, just really showing Cyclops pull his glasses off and have like a badass moment where he just looks like fuck it, I'm gonna go crazy right here. Because they never did Cyclops good in any of these movies. In any of the X-Men movies, they sucked with Cyclops. He was supposed to be the leader of the X-Men, supposed to be badass, and they just, I don't know, neutered him, kinda made him a pussy. So, I'm excited to see, like, a powerful, Cyclops with the original actor from the X-Men's, and I thought he did a fine job, I just thought the material sucked. Even though, like, X2 is up there for one of my favorite movies, but he was awful in X2. They made him like a he got beat up pretty easy, then he became like a brainless guy for a little while. They took control of him, and it just kinda sucked. Then he dies in the next one. So, I'm excited to see, like, a good Cyclops moment. Excited to see who else they have in it, and I heard there's another teaser. It's gonna have, like, the Wakanda, Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four movie I saw in theaters, um, actually brought my son. I was supposed to go see I saw Superman. I thought it was pretty good, for me, not as good as Man of Steel, but I liked it, so I thought it'd be okay for my four-year-old son. It was 3, I think, at the time. So I brought him on, like, a Sunday 4 weeks later, and it was sold out somehow. So we ended up seeing Fantastic Four, which was good. He didn't really care, he just wanted to enjoy being in a movie theater, and it helped that, like, no one was there, so he could kinda, like, talk and goof off. Um, so I thought it was okay, but I just haven't rewatched it. It's not one of those ones I was like, "Oh," kinda like a normal like, how the Marvel movies have been for me. Even the ones I kinda like, I haven't really rewatched. Besides, like, Shang-Chi, I liked a little more than those, but that was, like, during COVID a little bit, so I didn't actually see that one in theaters. Yeah, so sorry, back to Doomsday. I'm gonna drift off a little bit, I'm drinking, I'm fucking around here, so, alright, so, yeah, Doomsday, I'm excited to see what they do with Robert Downey Jr. Um, being Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is, I mean, easily one of the best Marvel villains of all time. They haven't done technically, it was in Marvel, Fox did it, but they haven't been able to do Doctor Doom in the movie theaters yet. I mean, Marvel, the first Fantastic Four Fox movies did an awful job with him. The next one they tried to recreate, I didn't even watch that one because I heard it was so bad. So, I'd be really hoping that they have a good Doctor Doom. even though it's gonna be Robert Downey Jr. and he's Iron Man, we all are gonna see him as Iron Man. So, um, I'm not a big fan of the all the multiverse stuff they've done. So I'm hoping that doesn't take me out of it, but I at least like those teasers. I like a little bit more serious. I know they're gonna have the Marvel jokes, which I think some of the jokes are helpful. Like Infinity War did a good job with it. Guardians of the Galaxy. Some jokes are good. I just don't need it in those moments. I don't need it in like Thor and Love and Thunder. I don't need that much. You know, a lot of people really like Ragnarok. I think it's good. I still think it's too much jokes. So I like to be pulled back a little on those like really serious movies. But they're gonna have it. They have to if it's like, gonna be at least almost a 3 hour movie, probably maybe more. Who knows? So yeah, I'm very excited about that. All right, yeah. So those are my three most anticipated movies of the year. I also want to talk a little bit about Star Wars now, the whole Lucasfilm. So Kathleen Kennedy, who's been the lead of Star Wars for the last I don't know 10 years or whatever, pretty much. No offense, since it's gone bad. Um, she's like a really good producer. She's produced a lot of really good movies. I think it was uh yeah. So I've heard that she does she's produced a lot of really good movies, but she has not done a good job as a Star Wars like head of production, head of whatever, head of Star Wars. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the term. Head of Star Wars. Um, but like Steven Spielberg said she was like one of the best producers. So she is a good producer. For whatever that means. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. You know, to me you could just put money into a movie and then you're a producer, I guess, but maybe there's more to it. I'm sure there's more to it. Um she there's been a couple okay Star Wars things since she's been in. Like, you know, I like the first 2 seasons of Mando. At least the first season I really like. Second season, I like the ending with Luke Skywalker, CGI Luke, call him. Pretty much to have his own little like Darth Vader hallway scene moment he gets to have, but like times two. I liked those ones. Season three, I tapped out really early. It sucked. Um, they do Andor, which I like season one. I know everyone says it's great. Haven't watched season two. I will watch it, and I'm sure it'll be great. It's not my Star Wars. Not saying it's not great. It can be great. I like this is like a there's a big divide. Some people want to be really get way outside of like the core characters. I always just really love the core characters. So it's like I don't know. Like if you want Star Wars because you just want to see the whole universe, I like that in some little maybe a movie here, shows, but for the series, I really care about these core characters. You can change the core characters, and I guess they if you make a good new three, they don't have to be even related to the old three. But I like the ideas of um the Force. You got a Jedi, you got his friends, you got a I like that whole idea. So I'm probably sure I should probably like be excited for something different. But for me, it's really always just been the original 3, and then I do like the 3 prequels. I know people from, like, the who were born in, like, the '80s and up, like, and past, like, hate the prequels. I was born in '91, prequels came out. Phantom Menace, I always thought the beginning was boring, besides for a couple of fights. I thought the droids were kinda gay, but I like the fight at the end, and I still loved Qui-Gon Jinn. And Clone Wars, if I rewatch it now, I think it's weak, but they're still great fights, so I still like it. And then I think Revenge of the Sith is, I mean, I think it's a top 3 Star Wars movie. I mean, I really put like it's really for me it goes like Empire number 1, Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, then A New Hope. And I think A New Hope would be way higher up, would be like my number 2 if they just had Darth Vader and Obi-Wan have a badass fight. But I get it, technology is different and their idea what they wanted was different. But a good fight is just that's that's kind of why I was into it. I mean, I like the other stuff too, but I was like that age where when I was watching, I was in like seventh, eighth grade when Clone Wars came out. So just a good fight at the end made the movie for me. Um, yeah, so I'm excited to see who. I know they said Dave Filoni's taking over. He's he did Clone Wars, the cartoon series, Rebels, the cartoon series. I've seen most of Clone Wars and part of Rebels. I haven't watched all of them. Just to be honest with you, I'm not a big cartoon guy. It takes me a lot to watch cartoons. I get bored of them quick. Now as an adult, as a kid, I love cartoons. But I did really like Clone Wars. I started Rebels. I'll probably watch it just now that he's taken over. It's him and like a executive that are doing it together. It's kind of like James Gunn and was it Peter Safran? Yeah, who are doing DC. Same kind of thing. Got an executive, got a creative. Um, but the difference is Dave Filoni hasn't done anything really that good. He helped with Mando. Ahsoka is awful. It's not. I couldn't watch it. It was so shitty. He just is obsessed with these characters. He's obsessed with Ahsoka. He's because he created her, right? In Clone Wars. He's doing Ahsoka season 2. I don't expect much. The way he talks about it, I'm kind of like, is he just gonna do those characters and the Rebel characters and keep doing that? I kind of want to see like new characters move on. Let's see some. They can be related, like or be somewhat in the thing. I almost think you could do like a really good like Old Republics or something would be fun. Do like a 3 episode Old Republics prequel, a triple prequel, right? Way before everything. Because you can really just start over. Or you can almost do like the birth of Jedi's and Sith and all that. I think that would be cool. You see some like, you know, or we could get to like a hire some new actors and forget about the last 3. The Force Awakens, the last fucking Jedi, which was an abomination, and then the movie after, which I don't even what was the I don't remember. That one sucked. So we could just forget about those 3 and we could just do recast some people to play Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, and do follow kind of more like what some of the books did. I really liked the books when I was a kid. There was this stuff with Emperor Thrawn, which again, that's a character that um he's done, he likes. So you could do some stuff with Emperor Thrawn. You could do some of the stuff after. Shows Luke getting stronger. Princess Leia starts getting a little bit of the Force. There's some good stuff in there. There's some books. Can't remember which series of books, but there's like a series of books. I've read a couple different ones, but there's one that I really like. I'll have to like re-look and post it. But there's some stuff that's really good. They could do a good 3 movie series with. Yeah. Okay, so I'm also going to talk a little bit about TV, some TV shows. I'm about 4 episodes in the show called Mobland. It's got Tom Hardy. It's got a guy from I'm sorry, I should know names, but again, I'm just bullshitting and fucking around here. So it's got the guy who played James Bond, GoldenEye, uh, as like the father. Tom Hardy's one of the sons. It's got the same guy who I think it's Patty something. Same guy who's in the House of Dragon as the king before he died. He's in Peaky Blinders. So it's got that guy. He's really really good. Again, I'm gonna next time I'll have some names written down, but I'm just trying to fuck around here. I'm drinking, fucking off. So it's kind of what the vibe of this shit is. This one's tomorrow I'm gonna release another. I'm gonna do another pod. It's gonna be a little longer and like very funny. Um, yeah. So going back to that, the Mobland show, it seems really good. I'm only 4 episodes in. I think it's like a 70 on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's not a crazy good score. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Um, so I also want to talk a little bit now, like about I'm talking about TV now. So I want to do my favorite TV show that I watched in 2025, and then I want to talk about like uh new TV shows. So my favorite TV show in I think it's still technically, yeah, 2025 was Penguin. I thought Penguin season 1 was crazy good. I think Colin Farrell as the Penguin is crazy. This is like a super attractive Irish dude, and he's playing, I just think of Penguin as Danny DeVito from, Batman too. I still just that's what I think of as a Penguin, and yeah, Colin Farrell's just like the fat suit on he's got, everything he's got, it's perfect, and he does such a great job. This is like a really almost like a mob show. This is not a comic book show. There's no Batman in it, but it's a mob show. I heard some people say it's like Sopranos. To me, it's not like Sopranos. Sopranos is like way more humor, has those dark moments, but to me, Sopranos is the best show of all time. So I might do a whole podcast just on Sopranos. I know everything about Sopranos. I've watched it 5 times. Sorry about that. Yeah. So yeah, but Penguin to me is a great show. If you like comic books, you might not even like this. If that's what you're expecting, just like a comic book show. If you like a good mob show, like a good HBO show, I think you'll like Penguin. So for new shows in 2026, I am excited for Lanterns. Um, just the comic book stuff in general, besides for Doomsday now, it's just exciting me. I've been kind of like tired of it, even though I always had comic books as a kid. I loved it. I always had 20, 30 comics. I always would buy ones randomly. But I've just gotten tired of them because I'm just gonna say what I feel. They've like pussified. They're just like, ugh. It's like everything's got to be follow some kind of set thing now that the people want them to set, or the stories just are written like shit. Enough. They can. I know you have to change if you're gonna write a good story. You have to change it up from the actual comic. Can't do the exact comic. But they change it up so much that it becomes unwatchable. Some of them. So, but the lanterns, I'm excited because when I hear about it, it's almost more like what the Penguin did. It's going to be more like True Detective kind of style. With this is this is like lanterns, so they have a magic ring. I've never seen them do a good job with lanterns, Green Lantern in general. The movie with Ryan Reynolds, he makes fun of it in Deadpool. It's shitty. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So it'll be exciting to see how they do this. It's like a true detective style with all of the lanterns. You got um you're gonna have are gonna be two of the lanterns. I can't remember which in it a little bit from what I'm hearing. So I'm excited about that. Um yeah. What else? Let's see. Um there's also gonna be uh um I'm gonna edit this. Um, all right, yeah, yeah. So that's my quick 2026 or 2020 and 25 review of things I like. 2026 anticipated things. Um, there's gonna be a good MMA card coming up in a week or two. I think it's next week. Also the uh the new Game of Thrones show is gonna come out next Sunday. Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I read all three of the or I didn't read. I lie. I just say I read. I didn't read. I didn't read it. I listened to it. I'm gonna listen to it again this week because it's really short. It's a three-story novella. It's gonna have each one is gonna be one of the seasons they're gonna do. The first one, um, this is like this season that they're gonna do of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So I'm gonna re-listen to that so I just have it again in my head. It's about Duncan the Tall, an egg. I could ruin the whole episode, the whole season for you, but I'm not going to. Um, it's great. It's one of the better things I've read from Game of Thrones stuff, or I've listened to from Game of Thrones. It's a lot different than Game of Thrones, but it's the same it's the same thing. It's the same world. Game of Thrones is 100 years, I think, after. This is about 70, 100 years after House of Dragon, so it's right in the middle. But it's more like it's like it's smaller. It's gonna be instead of jumping around like in Game of Thrones, you jump around so much. There's times where you watch episode, you spend all this time with a character, and next episode, you don't see that character again. This is gonna be more from what I would say. Again, this is just like from what the novella is. They could, I guess, change it up a little bit, but I think it's gonna be more about the character Duncan and Egg. It's not gonna move around as much. There's way less other characters that have moments in the book. I mean, there's a lot of other characters. You're gonna hear other characters that you'll recognize the names like Baratheons and stuff like that. There are a lot of Targaryens, Baratheons. Again, there's no dragons in this. This is after House of Dragon. If you know House of Dragon, you know what happens to the dragons. If you know Game of Thrones, you know there's no dragons. So this is in the middle. There's no dragons. Um, but I'm like, really excited about that. I'm gonna do reviews to each episode on Sunday next week. Um, yeah, that's gonna be great. And then we have House of Dragon later on. I'm really excited for House of Dragon. I hope that season 3, I think there's 4 seasons. I'm expecting a certain fight in season 3 at the end. It could happen in season 4. If it happens in season 3, to me, it's gonna be the best fight of all Game of Thrones shows of all time. And if you've read it or listened to it on audio, you know what I'm talking about. Daemon Targaryen. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. So this is kind of a short little quick. I wanted to post one little video for my new channel. I'm gonna do tomorrow. So if you're listening, I'm gonna do a review of Rush Hour. It's a movie that I've watched 8,000 times. I'm gonna do a review with my best friend Miles Washington. Me and him quote this movie nonstop. Rush Hour 2 is probably our favorite, but we're gonna do Rush Hour 1 to start before we get to Rush Hour 2. We have some other episodes planned. He's gonna be on a lot of these episodes. I'm gonna do solos, and I'm gonna do a lot with him, and some with some other people for movies that they like that I'm friends that I like as well. But we're definitely doing Rush Hour 1 and 2, me and him. We also have a top 5 villains in movie history that we're gonna do as well. But tomorrow's Rush Hour. It's gonna be super fucking funny. We are gonna goof off a lot. It's gonna be a lot less like this, where I'm just kind of like telling you how I feel. We're gonna be goofing off. We're gonna have drinks. We'll probably have some cold snaps. Hopefully, cold snaps are out. We'll have beers. We'll probably have a little whiskey, and yeah, it'll be a fun episode. Check that out tomorrow. I don't know. This is like a brand new thing for me, so I really appreciate everyone who listens. I know this is a little choppy, but this is the first one, so yeah, let's get going. Can you, if you're watching this video and you're subscribed, or you're not subscribed, like this video, subscribe, and maybe hit the little bell thingy that gives you notifications. That would be great. All right. Thank you. So this is bottom of the glass. I got a little left here. I'm gonna finish it.